Yes, very good afternoon, my dear friends. All right, come on. First of all, welcome you all to the discussion on CA Inter-Income Tax with respect to revising the whole content for our upcoming exams so that we get a complete clarity of thought on what concepts we learned and what concepts we have to relearn and what concepts we have to unlearn and again relearn. That is very important. And there could be multiple set of students who might be sitting here. Category number one, who are clear with the concepts, but they want to revise the concept once again. Category number two, who are not clear with the concepts, some of them are missing, some concepts will require a kind of understanding what provision is talking about. And there could be third category who's already perfect in all the concepts, but they want revision in terms of how do we encounter the problems by applying the concept. Correct? So my intention is very simple. Whatever category you belong to, our objective and plan is very simple, that next 15 coming days, we will ensure that we'll spend very good time, effectively about 45 to 50 hours, so that we are completely done with this topic of income tax. We know that when we have to score marks in subject like tax, which is worth 100 marks, 60 marks is income tax content, which has got great amount of weightage. Agree to that? I mean, with due respect to every topic and every subject, at least in GST, there is a sense of visibility in terms of a question will come from value of supply, question will come from ITC. There is a clarity of thought, how many marks can come from each topic. But this income tax is one such area where it is so voluminous and we have no clue which can come in the exam. Correct? And we cannot afford to say that income tax is all about 5 heads of income. No. There were many occasions where PDS came in the exam for 6 to 8 marks. There were multiple occasions where question have come in the exam from advanced tax, deduction, return of income, what not. From every topic, questions are coming in the exam, on which we can't take any chance. We need to get a good clarity of thought on what every section is talking about, what every provision is talking about. So since this is going to be a comprehensive revision batch, what we are going to do is very clearly that every provision what is there in our syllabus, we are going to talk in detail, and we'll understand that provision very clearly and interpret that in terms of the problem solving ability. The only difference what you will find in terms of the regular batch and this revision batch is that there, if we would have solved some 10-15 questions, here we will solve 3 to 4 questions. In terms of problem solving, you might find some number less, but in terms of coverage of conceptual clarity, everything will get covered. Makes sense, everybody? And how many of you here are writing only group 1 in this coming attempt? Good. And the balance are writing both the groups. Very good. So whatever category you belong to, guys, time is short. Ensure that next few days, which is left now, gone are the days where we'll tell we have few more months to go. Nothing like that. It's only hardly few days which are left out. So put your best effort and work hard. That's it. There's no second option for it. There's no substitute for it. Clear? Shall we start? Yeah. Friends, I have prepared a comprehensive material. Online, guys. Yeah, good afternoon. We'll continue. So I prepared a comprehensive material for revision, which is about 150 pages odd, which covers all the topics. Everything is covered in terms of charts, summaries, content, everything is covered. You will get this material very soon, maybe today after the class or tomorrow you can take the material. Clear? So out of this entire content in your syllabus, which chapter do you think is most important, my dear friends? Can I hear from you? All. This experience is coming from writing last exam. Brilliant. Next. Or going? Yes, Aditya, what do you think? PGBP. Okay. Q, sir. Q PGBP. Why PGBP? Yeah, just that in PGBP number of concepts are more. Student keeps saying that PGBP is more difficult. But the fact is very simple. In exam, every time a question comes for computation of total income, in which major content comes from PGBP. That's why we always end up saying that PGBP is most important. But let me tell you, if a question comes in exam for 12 marks, in that 12 marks, there is a point on TDS, there is a point on deduction, there is a point on computation of tax. All elements are covered in that. It's not just your PGBP. So if you ask me which topic is most important, I would bluntly say every topic is important. Without any second thought, every topic has got equal level of importance for the examination perspective. Because tax itself is a practical subject, which we cannot afford to learn just from examination point. Agree, my dear friends? Everyone? Yes? So plan of action for today is, today we'll become perfect in the basic concepts. We'll complete that completely. Lot of points are there in that, which we cannot afford to miss out. And we'll discuss some questions also on basic concepts. Are we ready? Everyone? Good. Let's start. Let me make use of a fresh. Done. Let's start, guys. Friends, and while discussion, you can keep writing whatever we are discussing. You can prepare your summary notes while we are discussing in the classroom. Ready? Everybody? Come on, guys. When we talk about income tax, first question to you, is it a direct tax or indirect tax? How do you know that? 60 marks, 40 marks. Very good. What is the direct tax? ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट पूछ रहा है सर होली खेले या नहीं भाई तो एग्जाम लिख पहले फिर खेलेंगे बहुत हाँ बोलो व्हाट इज डायरेक्ट टैक्स directly levied indirectly levied direct tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on same person indirect tax is a tax where impact and incidence is on different person impact refers to अरे टाइटल तो बोले पॉइंट तो बोलो impact refers to who is liable to pay incidence refers to who actually pays both are one and the same in case of direct tax but both are different when it comes to indirect tax दोस्तों बेटा बोलो come on what is the difference between impact and incidence impact means who is liable to pay incidence means who actually pays both are one and the same in case of direct tax both are different in case of indirect tax agreed everybody दोस्तों बोलो wonderful come on so direct tax is what in nature beta progressive इसका मतलब क्या है higher the income higher the tax lower the income lower the tax for example whatever tax Shiva Teja is paying and whatever tax Mukesh Ambani is paying is both both not one and the same but the GST percentage what he is paying what I am paying both are same. The reason being indirect taxes are regressive in nature. Irrespective of income, tax remains same. Whereas direct taxes are progressive in nature. Progressive means higher the income, higher the tax. Lower the income, lower the tax. Getting clarity? So direct taxes are what in nature? Progressive. Progressive refers to higher income, higher tax, lower income, lower tax. Come on. Direct tax means what? It's a tax where impact and incidence is on same person. Impact refers to who is liable to pay. Incidence refers to who actually pays. Both are one and the same in case of direct tax, but both are different in case of indirect tax. Beta clear? Now, in order to understand income tax, what are the sources of income tax law? We have got 5 sources. Number 1, Income Tax Act 1961. Income tax at which year? It came into force when? Wonderful. This came into force on 1/4/1962. Because I'm sure sitting at the verge of exams, we know what is the concept of PY and AY. What is PY? AY? How do you define PY, AY? This per previous year is actually defined by section 234 and section 3. Which clearly says previous year is the year in which income is earned. Assessment year is the year in which previous year income is chargeable to tax. Come on, what is previous year? Year in which income is earned. Assessment year? Year in which previous year income is chargeable to tax. The namesake, the point is like that, but the content is very clear that more or less entire tax what we are supposed to pay, we pay in previous year only in the form of advance tax. In advance tax, we have got 4 installments. 15th June, 15th September, 15th December, 15th March. There are percentages for that. We'll talk in detail when I go to advance tax. Clear with that, everybody? Come on, what is the first source? Income tax in 1961. Second one, income tax rules 1962. And in your syllabus, you have got some interesting rules like Rule 7A, rubber percentages, 7B, coffee percentages. सुने ऐसा कुछ? थोड़ा थोड़ा याद आ रहा है? Coffee, grown, cured, roasted, grounded. ठीक है, बात करेंगे बहुत जल्दी. Done. Third source is Annual Finance Act. Annual what act, beta? Finance Act. How does Finance Act come into picture? First, budget is presented in the parliament. When is budget presented? Every year. Wonderful. Which date? First day of February. Budget presented in the parliament. And this budget is approved by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Then it becomes a finance bill. Finance? And once finance bill is signed by President Modi ji. President, not Prime Minister. Who's the President of India? Abdul Kalam. Wow. Draupadi Murmu. Okay. Is that clear, everybody? All of us. So once it is signed by President, this finance bill becomes what? Finance Act. Clear? So what is the first source? Income tax 1961. Second, income tax rules 1962. Third one, Annual Finance Act. Fourth one, circulars and notifications. Let me tell you an interesting point that the circulars and notifications are given by CBDT. CBDT stands for Central Board of Direct Taxes. They give circulars and notifications. Guys, let me ask you one question. What is the difference between circular and notification? By circular, they give clarifications. Wonderful. Notification? Exactly. If they want to change some rate or if they want to notify some due date, extension of due dates, they all give notifications. Clear? Circulars are what in nature? Clarificatory in nature. And you have to keep one point in mind. The circulars which are given are basically for giving clarifications to the assessing officers. They are binding on the assessing officer but not on the assessee. Come on, what did I just say? Circulars are binding on the assessing officer but not on the assessee. Samjhe beta? Come on, what are 5 sources? First one, income tax 1961. Then income tax rules 1962. Next, Annual Finance Act. Next, circulars and notification. Last one, judicial pronouncements. Judicial pronouncements refers to ruling of High Court or Supreme Court. And any ruling given by Supreme Court is applicable to whole of India. And any ruling given by High Court is applicable only in that particular state. Other state officers may or may not follow that ruling. So if there is a ruling given by Maharashtra State High Court, it is not mandatory that Telangana High Court should follow that ruling. It is their personal will and wish. But if it is given by Supreme Court, they are bound to follow. समझ में आ रहा है बेटा? सबको clear है ये point? Brilliant. Come on. Direct tax is what in nature? Progressive in nature. What is the meaning of direct tax? It's a tax where impact and incidence is on same person. Clear? What are the 5 sources of income tax law? Income Tax Act 1961, Income Tax Rules 1962, Annual Finance Act, circulars and notification, judicial pronouncement. Judicial pronouncement refers to rulings of High Court or Supreme Court. Circular notifications, who will give? CBDT, which stands for Central Board of Direct Taxes. And circulars are binding on whom? Assessing officer, but not on the assessee. That's it. Getting clarity? Binding on assessing officer, but not on the assessee. Good. Who is this gentleman assessee? I will tell one statement, correct or not, you tell. Every person is assessee. Every person is, but every assessee is not a person. 100% wrong answer. The answer is every assessee is a person, but every person need not be an associate. That means first you have to understand who is a person. And person word is defined by law in one section called 231, which says person includes individual, HUF, company, firm, LLP, cooperative society, AOP. ये दोनों में फर्क क्या है AOP BOI में? Association of persons, body of individual. फर्क क्या है दोनों में? Wonderful. In BOI, everybody are individuals only. But if individual, company and firm come together and doing business, we can't call them as BOI. We'll call them as AOP. Association of persons. Individual, HUF, company, firm, LLP, society, AOP, BOI. Last one, AJP, which stands for artificial juridical person. People also call judicial person. Fine. Artificial juridical person. Can you give an example for last one? Exactly. Universities, ICAI. Can you show me where is ICAI? No, you can't. You will show me ICAI building, but you can't show me ICAI, no? Sir, no, sir. It's an artificial person, but it's a juridical person only. Is that clear? Come on. Person with section defines person. 231. Person includes what? Individual, HUF, company, firm, LLP, society, AOP, BOI, AJP. HUF means Hindu undivided family. ये दोनों में फर्क क्या है? Firm is governed by partnership firm. Wonderful. LLP is governed by LLP Act 2008. Wonderful. I know foundation you passed. Very good. LLP. It's not mutual. Brand name is liable. No. Brand name liable mat bolo. In case of partnership firm, the liability is joint and several. But in LLP, liability is limited to the extent of capital. Something like company. LLP is a blend of firm and company. It's not as strict as company, not as loose as your partnership firm. Clear? Chalo, let's get back now. Who is an assessee? This word assessee is defined by section 27. Capital 2. तो क्या बोला था? It's not subsection, it is clause. How do you read this? I know gift. Very good. Bolo. 56 subsection 2 clause 10. Very good. The point is that whenever we talk about clause, subsections are those which are related to each other. Getting my point? But clauses are those where one clause is not related to other clause. For example, 10.1 agriculture income is exempt. 10.2 share of profit from HUF is exempt. 10.2a share of profit from partnership firm is exempt. 10.10 gratuity. 10.10a pension. 10.10 AA leave salary. Now all these are what? Clauses. They are not subsections. समझ में आया क्या दोस्त? पक्का? Sure? No doubt. Good. But इसमें क्या बोलेंगे? 56 subsection 2 clause 10. What is the meaning of the word proviso? Exception. Wonderful. Proviso is exception which is against the basic rule. Sir? Explanation? Explanation is sometimes given for the purpose of giving a definition or for giving more clarity. In exam, one type question has come for 2 marks. What is the meaning of proviso? Students wrote proviso is a shortcut of provision. अरे mental fellow, proviso provision का shortcut नहीं है. Proviso is an exception which is against the basic rule. Provided that, provided further that, provided also that. You getting what I'm saying? Everybody, sir. For example, interest on borrowed capital 24b says take deduction. Below in 24b there is a point provided that If the property is self-occupied property, then the limit is maximum 30,000. Provided further that if the loan is taken after 1499 for acquisition or construction, it is done within 5 years, then the limit is 2 lakh. Provided also that more than 2 properties, only 2 are self-occupied. One is deemed to be let out. And altogether limit is 2 lakhs. Provided that, provided also that, provided further that. समझ में आ रहा है दोस्त? Done. Get back. Done. Are you ready? So person is defined, everybody? यार बोलो भाई. Everyone. Brilliant. So assessee. Going back to assessee, my dear friends. Let's see now. Who is an assessee? First of all, assessee means any person who is liable to pay tax. Who is liable to pay tax and includes person in respect of whom proceedings are taken up. Come on, what is taken up, beta? Proceedings are taken up for assessment of his income or income of any other person in respect of which he is assessable. What a language, what a language. Come on, read out. What is the language we wrote? Person. Come on, first, what is the starting line we wrote? Assessee means any person liable to pay tax. So if somebody who is not liable to pay tax, he will never become an assessee. Now I have a question straight to you. Are you a person? Are you assessee? Why? Not liable to pay tax. Who is liable to pay tax? No. 2.5 lakhs. Any person whose income is more than basic exemption limit. What is the basic exemption limit in case of partnership firms? 2.5 lakhs. Wow. There is no basic exemption limit. There is a tax at a flat rate of 30%. Today we'll talk. We'll solve. First chapter will complete today. Clear, everybody? Done. Come on. Who is an assessee? Assessee means a person liable to pay tax and includes what? Person in respect of whom proceedings are taken up for assessment of his income or any other person in respect of which he is assessable. Number 2. Loss sustained by him. Loss sustained by him or such other person. Next. Refund due to him. Refund due to him or such other person. Beta सुन रहे क्या? Come on, what is the language used? Person in respect of whom proceedings are taken up. That means simple example, sir. Shiva Teja, imagine I am not liable to pay tax. Assume. Am I an assessee? No. But income tax has sent me a notice. They started taking some assessment proceedings on me. Will I become an assessee? Yes. Because person in respect of whom proceedings are taken up in respect of his income or income of any other person in respect of which he is assessable. Example, I have got one minor son, Chotu, less than 18 years old, and we all know that income of minor son is clubbed in the hands of parent whose our income is higher. So for my Chotu income, I am liable to pay tax. My Chotu income is accessible in my hands only. Guys, getting clarity? Everyone? Come on, read out now. Who is covered in assessee? Assessee means any person liable to pay tax and includes person in respect of whom proceedings are being taken up for assessment of his income or income of any other person in respect of which he is assessable. Number 2, loss sustained by him. Number 3, or such other person. Then refund due to him or such other person. Now assessee also includes deemed assessee. Deemed is a very dangerous word. He is not assessee, but is deemed to be an assessee. Sune beta? Heard this word deemed? Deemed means something like assumed. Correct? No? Example, agent of a non-resident. In case of a non-resident, agent is deemed to be an assessee. Friends, clear? Last one. Assessee in default. This is the most dangerous point. Assessee in default. Assessee in default covers 3 cases, my dear friends. Number 1. Person who has not paid tax or advance tax. Come on, what he did not pay? He did not pay tax or he did not pay advance tax. Second case, person who has not done TDS. Beta, what is TDS? Tax deducted at source. In that there are so many points, my dear friends. 192, 194A, 194B, 194J, 194I, 194Q, 194N, 194M, whatnot. So many sections are there. There could be some students who are attending only for TDS also. That is also possible. Because the most crazy chapter which generally is coming in the exam for 4 to 6 marks, on which we can't take chance. Very, very, very important. Clear? And very practical. Next. Person who has not done TDS. Last point. Person who has done TDS but not paid to government. Many times question has come in the exam, define assessee. And some students are writing dangerous answer in the exam. I saw 1-2 times where student wrote, person who has not done TDS but paid to the government. अरे क्या बात कर रहे भाई? Please don't change the words. Meaning will completely changed. I worked in the correction department for 2.5 years. 5 attempts I have done. So not normal. We are very keen in terms of giving mark. We are very shrewd while doing correction. Clear? So please be careful. Come on. What is section 2.7? Who is an assessee? Assessee means a person liable to pay tax and includes every person in respect of whom proceedings have been taken up for assessment of his income or income of any other person in respect of which he is assessable, loss sustained by him or such other person, refund due to him or such other person. Next, deemed assessee. Last one, assessee in default. And assessee in default covers 3 cases. Person who has not paid tax or not paid advance tax. Second, person who has not done TDS. Last one, person who has done TDS but not paid to government. That's it. Can we summarize once again, please? Come on, who is assessee? Assessee means a person who is liable to pay tax and includes a person in respect of whom proceedings have been taken up for assessment of his income or income of any other person in respect of which he is assessable, loss sustained by him or such other person, refund due to him or such other person. Next point, deemed assessee. Last point, assessee in default. And in assessee in default there are 3 cases. Number 1, person who has not paid tax or advance tax. Number 2, person who has not done TDS. Number 3, person who has done TDS but not paid to government. That's it. Getting clarity, everybody? That is the story of who is an assessee. Which section defines person? 231. So what is that we learned so far, my dear friends? Come on. What are the 5 sources of income tax law? Income Tax Act 1961, Income Tax Rules 1962, Annual Finance Act, Circulars and Notification, Judicial Pronouncements. Clear? Does income tax apply to Maharashtra? Does income tax apply to Telangana? Does it apply to Sikkim? Definitely answer is yes. But there is some exemption to Sikkim is individual. We'll talk separately. Not Assamese, Sikkimese. Okay? And next question. Does income tax apply to Andaman? Andaman. It's a part of India only. Now what is India? India is defined by a section called 225A, which clearly says India covers territory. Sir, this is how we are going to do. In our comprehensive revision, what we are going to do is, we are going to start with some point. We will try to connect all the dots around that point and become perfect. That's the plan. Come on. Territory. Territory matlab? Land. Land mass. Next. Territorial waters. It is up to? Territorial waters up to 12 nautical miles. How much is 1 nautical mile, beta? 1.852 kilometers is 1 nautical mile. Clear? Hai? Come on. India covers territory, territorial waters, seabed. Let me add one more point. Listen. Continental shelf bhi hai, ye bhi hai. Seabed and subsoil underlying such water. समझ रहे क्या? In exam, this question came one time. Student wrote, India covers land, water, air. बस उस समय डूब जाओ. Come on, India covers what? Territory, territorial waters, territorial waters, seabed, and subsoil underlying such water. Then, continental shelf or exclusive economic zone. And this exclusive economic zone is up to 200 nautical miles, my dear friends. And let me tell you one point very clearly, that exclusive economic zone covers only one activity. That is extraction of mineral oil. That is the reason why in last point there is a logic. Last point is airspace about territory and territorial waters. So getting clarity? I saw one student telling me answer one time. Territorial waters को ऊपर ही cover करते air space, but continental shelf का ऊपर का air space cover नहीं करते. I asked a student why. Student told, sir, practically बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा ना उतना हवा calculate करने. अरे mental fellow, it is not covered because exclusive economic zone only one activity is covered. What is the activity? Extraction of mineral oil, which you don't do from air. Sir, logic बैठो यार. India means land, water, air. No, come on. India covers territory, territorial waters, seabed and subsoil underlying such water. Seabed का मतलब पता है ना? Inside the water, one fine layer will be there, no? Finally, the more deep you go to the water, one point you'll find land, no? That's called seabed. Seabed. Come on. India covers territory, territorial waters, seabed, subsoil underlying such water, continental shelf, exclusive economic zone. Then airspace above territory and territorial waters. दोस्तों clear है? Everybody सबको समझ में आए क्या? Come on. What are the 5 sources? Income Tax Act 1961, Income Tax Rules 1962, Annual Finance Act, Circulars and Notification, Judicial Pronouncements. बराबर है? What is section 27? Sorry? 225A, 231, 234, section 3, 29. सच में हो गया ऐसा? बोलो वापस एक बार. 27 क्या है? Means any person liable to pay tax and includes a person in respect of whom proceedings have been taken up for assessment of his income or income of any other person in respect of which he is assessable, loss sustained by him or such other person, refund due to him or such other person. It also includes deemed assessee. It also includes assessee in default, which has got 3 cases. Case number 1, person who has not paid tax or advance tax, person who has not done TDS, person who has done TDS but not paid to government. 225A, India, territory, territorial waters, seabed, subsoil underlying such water, continental shelf, exclusive economic zone, and airspace about territory and territorial waters. 231% includes individual, HUF, company, firm, AOP, BOI, AJP, cooperative society, and even local authority for that matter. Local authority, your municipal corporation. Then 234%, section 3, 234 previous year, section 3 previous year in which income is earned. 29 assessment year in which previous year income is chargeable to tax. Clear है ना बेटा? Sir, picture अभी बहुत बाकी है. We just started. Next. End of the class देखो क्या होगा आज. चलो next. Ready? Guys, everyone, done. Next section. Sir, there is something called section 4, which is a chargeability section of income tax. So let me tell you, for every head of income in income tax, there is a chargeability section. But for income tax act as such, there is chargeability section, which is given by section 4, which clearly says income earned by an assessee. We know who is assessee? Income earned by an assessee during previous year. We know what is previous year? Is chargeable to tax in assessment year. So getting clarity? Come on, what is the words? Repeat again. Income earned by assessee during the previous year is chargeable to tax in assessment year. That means whatever income you earned in previous year, we will charge that to tax in assessment year. But let me tell you guys, there are 5 exceptions to this principle. When I say exception, that means what? Which is against the basic rule. Matlab kya uska meaning? Income earned by assessee during the previous year is chargeable to tax in the previous year itself. The first case, my dear friends, shipping business of non-resident. Who is a non-resident? Who does not satisfy basic conditions for becoming a resident. What are the basic condition? We'll recall soon tomorrow again. Okay, next class we'll talk more detail about it. Okay, shipping business of what? Non-resident, and this point is given by section 172. That means there is a non-resident guy who is taking a ship and walking out. Law is telling, bhai, tu ja, par tax pay karke ja. Now I have a question. That man is already packed his bag, ready to go out of India. Correct, my dear friends? And उसको बिठा के हम बोलेंगे क्या? तू बैठ इधर, हम लोग जनरल एंट्री करेंगे, लेजर बनाएंगे, P&L करेंगे, बैलेंस शीट करेंगे, तेरा प्रॉफिट निकालेंगे. हो सकता है क्या प्रैक्टिकली? लॉ टोल्ड ये सब टाइम पास मत करो. Whatever, what is this turnover? Nothing but the freight what you'll get, no? Freight into 7.5% करो. That is deemed to be as income. 7.5% is not the tax rate, दोस्त. 7.5% tax rate नहीं है. वो क्या है? Income. So the total freight, to freight only is turnover, no? If the freight is 1 crore, law is telling your income is deemed to be 7.5 lakhs. Getting clarity? इतना तो इनकम मानेंगे, इस पर तू टैक्स पे कर और तू निकल. Getting clarity, everyone? What is the first point? Shipping business of non-resident. Which section? 172. Second one. Persons leaving India permanently or for long time. I have a straight question. How will income tax know somebody is going for a long time? And by the way, what does long time mean? Apply common sense and tell the answer. Long term का मतलब क्या है? Ideally, common sense more than 1 year. Obviously ना यार. Less than 1 year तो वापस आएगा ना. वापस आएगा तो पकड़ो उसको. If it's going for more than 1 year, it takes time to come back. So please ask him, pay tax and then get out. And how will the government know is, whenever we have to go to foreign country, we have to take their country visa. And when we cross the airport immigration counter, and when we are going permanently or for a long time, the officer sitting there will ask for a certificate called ITCC, Income Tax Clearance Certificate. He will tell, get that certificate first, then go. And if he goes to officer telling, I want certificate, officer will tell, bhai, tax pay kar, fir nikal. Barabar hai na beta? So what is the first point? Shipping business of non-resident. Second, person leaving India permanently or for a long time. Then AOP, BOI, AJP, which is formed for a short duration or purpose. When I say short, what does the short mean? Common sense, less than 1 year. Because more than 1 year, he will stay back, no? Guys, everybody, next point. Persons likely to transfer property. Persons likely to transfer property to avoid tax. Chalo guys, what is the language I wrote? Persons likely to transfer property to avoid tax. This point is given by section 175. That is as good as somebody is there, some ex person. What he has done is he transferred property to his friend and told his friend, भाई जब तक रेंट आएगा तब तक तेरे पास रख, एक बार रेंट आया तो प्रॉपर्टी मेरे को वापस दे दे. So you are trying to play some kind of transaction so as to shift your income to your friend. Law is telling, भाई ऐसा तू गेम्स खेलेगा तेरे को पकड़ेंगे, ऊपर से तेरा टैक्स प्रीवियस ईयर में ही लेंगे. Getting my point? So what is the first point? Shipping business of non-resident. Second, persons leaving India permanently or for a long time. Third point, AOP, BOI, AJP formed for short duration or purpose. Then, persons likely to transfer property to avoid tax. Last point, my dear friends, discontinued business. You're closing your business. Close. Get out. But pay tax and get out. And law clearly told first 4 cases, AO shall. Last case, AO may. मतलब क्या उसका? Shall मतलब? AO has to take tax in previous year only. But last case, AO may postpone it to next year. He has a discretion with him. He has a right with him. He has a power with him. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? So what is section 4? Chargeability section. What does it say? Income earned by necessity during the previous year is chargeable to tax in the assessment year. How many exceptions are there? What are those 5? Shipping business of non-resident, person leaving India permanently or for long time. AOP, BOI, AJP formed for short duration or purpose. Persons likely to transfer property to avoid tax. Discontinued business. Section 172, 174, 174A, 175, 176. समझ में आया क्या? फिर बोलो, how many exceptions are there? What are those 5? Shipping business of non-resident. Then, persons leaving India permanently or for a long time. AOP, BOI, AJP formed for a short duration or purpose. Then persons likely to transfer property to avoid tax. Last one, discontinued business. What is 27? 29, 225A, 231, 234, Section 3, Section 4, 172, 174. Persons leaving India permanently or for long time. 174A, AOP, BOI, AJP formed for short duration or purpose. 175. Persons likely to transfer property to avoid tax. 176. Are we clear with this, everybody? Friends, everyone. What is chargeability section? 4. How many exceptions are there? What is the last one? Discontinued business. What is the first one? Shipping business of non-resident. In that case, what is the presumptive income? 7.5% of turnover. That is nothing but the freight. Presumptive income only, no? Guys? Brilliant. Let's proceed. These are my dear friends. Sir, heard of something called exemption and something called deduction? ये दोनों में फर्क क्या है बेटा? Wonderful. Exemptions do not form part of total income. Excellent. Can you give some examples? First part इतना अच्छा बोल के क्या बोल रहा है भाई? Section 10(1) agricultural income. 10(10) exemption for gratuity. 10(10)A exemption for pension. Next one, the most popular 10(13)A HRA. याद है क्या? कुछ तो सुना सुना लग रहा है, थोड़ा थोड़ा ठीक है, वो पूरा कर देंगे अपन, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. Is that clear now? Then what is deduction? Form part, initially form part, but doesn't mandatory that every time it should form part of. Correct, no? Add करके list करेंगे क्या हर बार? Depends, no? and deductions are those which are reduced from gross total income. Now, what is gross total income? This is defined by section 14, which says we have got 5 heads of income. What are 5 heads of income? Salaries, house property, PGVP, capital gains, income from other sources. All 5 heads of combined together, what we get is called gross total income, subject to clubbing of income and set off and carry forward of losses. Barabar hai, madam? Everyone? Good, come back. Reduce from GTA. Now, my dear friends, in deductions, there are 2 types of deductions. Number 1, income based deduction. Number 2, payment based deduction. If it is income based, first add to income and then claim deduction. Those समझे क्या? First add to income and then claim deduction. Classic example, 80TTA, 80TTB. What is 80TTA? Any idea? TTA stands for interest on savings bank account for non-senior citizen. Remember like this, interest on savings bank account for non-senior citizen, where a deduction is interest or 10,000, whichever is lower. Yes, my dear friends. What is 80TTA? Interest on savings bank account. What is the deduction? Interest or 10,000, whichever is lower. And the deduction is only for what? Non-senior citizen. Dosto clear hai? Everybody? What is 80TTB? Interest on savings bank and fixed deposit for senior citizen, where deduction is interest or 50,000, whichever is lower. 50, not 15. समझे क्या? बोलो, what is 80TTA? Interest on savings bank account. कितना deduction? Interest or 10,000, whichever is lower. What is 80TTB? Interest on savings bank and fixed deposit for senior citizen. Deduction is interest or 50,000, whichever is lower. दोस्तों बराबर है? Now question to you, who is a senior citizen? I'll ask a question. Somebody age is 61, is a senior. 61, 71, 81. Yes, yes, yes. Of course, yes. Super senior is also senior only, no? And tax rate का फर्क है. If person is 81, will you not take 80TTB? You will take, no? ऐसा बोलेंगे क्या वो सुपर सीनियर है, सुपर आदमी है, वो नहीं लेंगे उसके लिए, ऐसा कुछ है क्या? यार बोलो यार. 68 senior, 78 senior, 60 dot, exact 60. Very good. Come on. What is 80TTA? Interest on savings bank account for non-senior citizen. कितना deduction? Interest or 10,000, whichever is lower. What is 80TTB? Interest on savings bank and fixed deposit for senior citizen. What is the deduction? Interest or 50,000, whichever is lower. Correct? No? Good. Payment based. If it is payment based, directly we will reduce. Example, कुछ बोलेंगे क्या? ATC का लिमिट क्या है बेटा, वो तो पता होना आपको. ATC का मैक्सिमम लिमिट है 1,50,000, जिसमें बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स है, पर सब मिलके आएगा 1,50,000. ATC में मेजर पॉइंट्स तो है प्रोविडेंट फंड वाला, लाइफ इंश्योरेंस वाला पॉइंट, और ट्यूशन फीस फॉर फुल टाइम एजुकेशन फॉर 2 चिल्ड्रन. 1,500. अरे वो क्लबिंग ऑफ इनकम का है भाई, ये ATC का है. ऐसा क्लियर है क्या? नेक्स्ट, ATD मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम. समझे क्या? नेक्स्ट, ATGGB, ATGGC, etc. GGB is company to political party. GGC is other than company to political party. लॉ इज टेलिंग आप जितना डोनेट करेंगे उतना तेरे को डिडक्शन मिलेगा, कोई लिमिट नहीं, कुछ नहीं. करोड़ रुपए देंगे तो करोड़ रुपए डिडक्शन, 50 लाख देंगे तो 50 लाख डिडक्शन. बट एक ही कंडीशन है बॉस कि अगर कैश में है भाई तो 1 रुपए का भी डिडक्शन नहीं मिलेगा. इट शुड क्लियरली बी अदर देन कैश. 1 रुपया also will not give. It should be other than cash. समझ रहे क्या? बोलो. एटी जीजीपी किसका है? कंपनी टू पॉलिटिकल पार्टी. जीजीसी other than company to political party. Which political party? Ruling or opposition? Any political party. Okay? Don't only tell Kamal. नहीं, सब मिलते हैं. इससे क्लियर है ना? Very good. शिवसेना. Yes. We don't know who is the party chief, but still a political party only, no? यार बोलो यार. Done? What is 27? याद है? What is the last point in 27? Assessee in default. उसमें कितने केसेस है? What are the three? Person who has not paid tax or advance tax. Person who has not done TDS. Person who has done TDS but not paid to government. 29, 225A, 231, 234, Section 3, Section 4, Section 172. Shipping business of non-resident. 174. Person leaving India permanently or for long time. 174A. AOP, BOI, AJP formed for short duration or purpose. 175. Person likely to transfer property to avoid tax. 176. Discontinued business. 80. TTA. Interest on savings bank account to non-senior citizen. Interest on 10,000 whichever is lower. TTB. Interest on savings bank and fixed deposit to senior citizen. Interest on 50,000 whichever is lower. दोस्तों 80 GGB. Company to political party. GGC. Other than company to political party. So if Shiva Teja is donating 1 lakh rupees to Congress party, example, which section will come? 80 GG. What if expert is doing? GGP, because expert is a company. Expert Professional Academy Private Limited. Yaar. Speak out, my dear friends. Done. Can I proceed? Listen. Sir, there is one interesting rule always to be kept in mind. There is one important golden rule of income tax which you will keep in mind. That is, all revenue receipts are taxable. All revenue are taxable unless exempt. Whereas all capital receipts are exempt unless taxable. Sir, when do you call receipt as revenue receipt and capital receipt? Shiva Teja is taking class. I've got some teaching income. Revenue or capital? Shiva Teja is also a CA in practice. I'm getting some income from my professional practice. Revenue or capital? Revenue. I sold my car. Capital. So how do you define this? A revenue receipt is what we get from a source. Capital receipt is what we get by losing a source. Example, from a property we get rent. But if we sell the property, what we get is capital receipt. And every revenue receipt is taxable unless exempt by the law. And every capital is exempt unless taxable by the law. Is that clear? Everybody. And we'll talk in capital gains what are all taxable. And we have got some interesting amendments which are made by Finance Act 2022, which are applicable for May 23 and November 23 exam. And students who wrote already before attempt, so they know the power of amendments. Amendments are very important. And for your exam, what is assessment beta? Any idea? Assessment कौन सा आपका exam के लिए? 23, 24. Previous year 22, 23. अरे जिस साल आप एग्जाम लिख रहे हो उस साल का फाइनेंस एक्ट आपको अप्लाई नहीं होगा. आपको फाइनेंस एक्ट कौन सा अप्लाई होगा? 22. And Finance Act 22 has given rates for financial year 22, 23. That means previous year 22, 23. Assessment year 23, 24. जो लेटेस्ट बजट जो गया अभी उसका जो अमेंडमेंट से वो आपको अप्लीकेबल नहीं है। अगर कोई दोस्त आपके बता रहा है उसको बोलो भाई मैं एग्जाम के बाद पढ़ लूंगा, मई के बाद मुझसे मिलना तब पढ़ लूंगा, तब तक मेरे पास मत आओ। क्लियर है? स्पीक आउट। So please don't study Finance Act 23 amendments. Our focus is only on 22 amendments. Yaar, done. So what is 27? 225A, 231, 234, Section 4. Exactly. So clear with all these points? Everyone, sir? Sir, they have an interesting language known as diversion of income. अदर साइड एप्लीकेशन ऑफ इनकम। सुने क्या ये वर्ड्स? क्या मीनिंग है बेटा इसका? नो, डाइवर्शन ऑफ इनकम इज अ केस वेयर income is diverted at source itself, which is not taxable. A classic example, and it must be diverted before income accrues. Before income accrues. Imagine I signed a contract with expert saying that whatever next batch I'm going to take, whatever money is coming, don't give it to me, give it directly to one Goshala. Or give it to one charitable trust, Gaushala, whatever you call it, man. So ठीक है ना? That's called what? Diversion of income. मैंने क्लास ले लिया, उसके बाद विनोद सर ने बोले शिवा ये बैच का 10 लाख ये ले ले, मैं लेके उनको किसी और को दिया. What do you call it? Application of income. And application of income is clearly a case where which is done after accrual, and that is definitely taxable. समझ में आ रहा है क्या भाई? यार दोस्तों, are we clear with this point, everybody? Very good. Can I proceed? Now listen, sir. Your good name, sir? Abhi. I forgot, sorry. याद है मुझे पर भूल गया. Sir, अभी his income is 9,64,644. क्या करेंगे? पहले इसको राउंड ऑफ करेंगे. कैसे राउंड ऑफ करेंगे? 9,64,644. What if it is 964,648? We'll make it as 964,650. 964,645. 6. Sure? This concept is given by 288A, which talks about rounding off of income. And obviously when you calculate tax, even that will round off, no? Chiller baat mat karo. That is what law is telling. We'll round off tax also. 288B. 288A says income is rounded off to nearest multiple of 10. 288B, rounding off of tax. Clear hai beta? Everybody, sir? So what is 288A? Rounding off of income. 288B, rounding off of tax. And this A is capital A. In exam, don't go and write small a. They'll directly cut your marks. Clear, no? So what is 288A? Rounding off of income. 288B. Now my question to you. What is section 14 beta? Gross total income. कितने heads of income मिलाए तो आएगा ये? 5. So take 5 heads of income. What you get is gross total income. From that we'll take what? Deductions. Given under chapter. So chapter 6 से deduction is different. अपने अपने head of income का deductions अलग है. Like house property we have something called standard deduction. Interest on borrowed capital. Salary में भी standard deduction है. Capital gains में we have exemption of 54, 54B, 54F. अलग अलग सेक्शन का अलग अलग अपना अपना है. और जो ग्रॉस टोटल इनकम से लेंगे दे आर गिवन बाय चैप्टर 6A. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? एंड आफ्टर रिड्यूसिंग डिडक्शंस अंडर चैप्टर 6A व्हाट वी गेट इज कॉल्ड टोटल इनकम. अब मुझे बोलो, अभी हम जस्ट पढ़ाई किए दैट विल राउंड ऑफ टू नियरेस्ट मल्टीपल ऑफ 10 टोटल इनकम को. 288A क्या राउंड ऑफ करेंगे आप? GTI या TI? TI. Please don't round off GTI. Whenever we say income is rounded off, that always means total income. after deductions. Yes, abhi clear? Pakka guys? Everyone sir? Pakka? Good. What are the 5 sources of income tax law? Income tax 1961, income tax rules 1962, annual finance act, circulars and notification, judicial pronouncements. बराबर है? 27, 29, assessment year, 225A, define India. India covers territory, territorial waters, seabed and subsoil underlying such water. Then continental shelf, exclusive economic zone, airspace about territory and territorial waters. 231, 234, previous year, section 3, section 4, chargeability section. How many exceptions are there? 5. What are those 5? Shipping business of non-resident, person living India permanently or for a long time, AOP, BOI, AJP, formed for short duration or purpose, person likely to transfer property to avoid tax, discontinued business. 172, 174, 174A, 175, 176, 288A, 288B. Wonderful. Yeah, that's much better. What is 80T? Interest on savings bank for other than senior citizen. Deduction कितना है? Interest or 10,000 whichever is lower. But these are all income based deduction. First income ले लो, फिर deduction ले लो. Life insurance premium pay करे, उसको add करके less करेंगे क्या? They are payment based deduction. Political party को 5 लाख दिए, 5 लाख add करके less करेंगे क्या? अरे अपना जो income है उसमें से 5 लाख दिया ना भाई. बराबर है ना? What is 80TTB? Interest on savings bank and fixed deposit for senior citizen. कितना deduction? Interest or 50,000, whichever is lower. What is 80GB? Company to political party. GGC, other than company to political party. सबको समझ में आ रहा है भाई? Are we all fully clear, my dear friends? Everyone saw? Brilliant. Chalo guys, please tell me, what are the tax rates of an individual beta? How many categories are there? Let's not talk about special tax regime, new tax regime, 115B AC. वो बाद में बात करेंगे. Last day of the class, we will talk about new tax regime. अभी बात ही मत करो उस बारे में. ठीक है ना? हाँ, कितने कैटेगरी है? 3. पहला कैटेगरी नॉर्मल, दूसरा कैटेगरी, तीसरा कैटेगरी, of course. And the concept is very clear that this normal category also covers HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, non-resident, irrespective of age. So imagine there is a person known as Ping Pong, non-resident, age is 64. Which category? Normal. 64, still normal. Ching Chang, age 84. Exactly. Assuming he is non-resident. Not necessarily that Ching Chang Ping Pong is always non-resident. It depends upon basic conditions. Correct, no? Imagine they come to India, stay in India for 182 days or more. Kadam, Ching Ching Ping Pong also can become resident. Possibility तो है ना बेटा? ऐसा वो नाम से डायरेक्ट मत बोलो यार, नॉन रेजिडेंट है करके. एग्जाम में गलती से अगर चिंगचांग दे दिए एंड दे विल टेल फाइंड आउट रेजिडेंट स्टेटस, आप सीधा मत बोलो, हमको पता है वो नॉन रेजिडेंट है वो अपना आदमी. डिसाइड, चेक, देन डिसाइड. क्लियर? चलो भाई, नॉर्मल कैटेगरी क्या सीन है? अप टू 2.5 lakhs nil. 2.5 lakhs to at the rate of 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%. About 10 lakh 30%. Senior बड़ा आदमी 3 lakh nil. Next 3 lakh to 5 lakh 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%. About 10 lakh 30%. Super senior to 5 lakhs nil. 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%. Above 10 lakh, 30%. These are the basic fundamental tax rates. Are we getting clarity, everybody? Apart from this, my dear friends, we have got one special concept called Section 87A, which deals the concept of rebate. Condition number 1, this concept of rebate is only for resident individual. Condition number 2, whose total income does not exceed 5 lakhs. And the rebate what we get is tax payable or 12,500, whichever is lower. Sir, I'll ask you one question. Listen here, please. Listen. Imagine a person income is 4 lakh. How do you calculate tax? 2.5 lakh तक 0. 2.5 से 4 लाख 1.5 लाख पे 5%, 7,500. Then rebate 12,500, refund 5,000. एग्जाम में लिखे एक स्टूडेंट ऐसा, rebate 12,500, refund 5,000. I say telling wonderful, but we will not give refund. Write exam again. How much is rebate? Tax payable or 12,500, whichever is lower. समझ में आया ना बेटा? Everybody's now, apart from this normal tax, you're also required to pay something called health and education cess. क्या नाम है बेटा? At the rate of 4% on tax. 4% is not on income. 4% is on tax. Don't worry. Exam में करें. Students have shown their talent. 4% they have taken on income also. 30 plus 4, 34%. भाई बेसिक चीज भी गलत करेंगे तो कैसा भाई? ठीक है ना? Friends, चलो I'll give 3 questions. Tell the answer quick. फटाफट 3 क्वेश्चन 3 मिनट में आंसर चाहिए मुझे. 3 क्वेश्चन का 3 मिनट, एक मिनट बस. स्टूडेंट इज टेलिंग सर एक का 5 मिनट दो ना सर, एग्जाम में भी लिखना है, नंबर में लिखना है. हाँ तो फिर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, 52 years 5,20,000, Mr. A. Second, 78 years 14,40,000, Mr. B. Third question, 81 years 3,90,000, ping pong non-residents. Last question, AHUF 3,20,000. Get me the tax, add cess, and then tell me the final answer. Last 2 minutes. Online students are quickly replying. Good. अपन क्या कर रहे थे बैठ के? फिर हो गया? कब का हो गया? क्या बात है, चलो बोलो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन का आंसर क्या है? 17,000. ठीक है, सेकंड क्वेश्चन 2,51,251 680. ऑनलाइन में कोई स्टूडेंट बोल रहा है 240 254 280. कुछ भी भाई, चेक कर आंसर. 251,680 आपका सही है ना? मैं उसको गाली दे रहा हूँ. हाँ ठीक है. थर्ड क्वेश्चन 7,000. अरे रिपीट. वंडरफुल. फोर्थ क्वेश्चन 3,000. रिपीट. ओनली फॉर रेसिडेंट इंडिविजुअल. बेसिक चीज थोड़ा थोड़ा तो ठीक है ना? सारे क्लियर दिस कॉन्सेप्ट एवरीबॉडी? दोस्तों टैक्स का किसमें तो डाउट नहीं है ना किसी को? कुछ भी पक्का? गुड. 225A, 231, सेक्शन 4, 87A, 288A, 288B. वंडरफुल. समझ में आया ना बेटा? पक्का? कहानी खत्म नहीं हुआ, सुनो अभी. सर, one person, Mr. Aditya, he has got lottery of 10 lakhs. What will happen बेटा? ठीक है, TDS तो कटेगा. टैक्स रेट व्हाट रेट? बट हाँ आवे क्वेश्चन. ये लॉटरी टिकट के लिए ये भाई सब लाख रुपए खर्च करे, आने जाने के लिए लाख रुपए खर्च करे, खाने पीने के लिए लाख रुपए खर्च करे, कुछ और मिसलेनियस खर्चा हो गया और 2 लाख, मतलब 5 लाख तो उसका खर्चा ही हो गया. बचा सिर्फ 10 लाख. किस पे टैक्स पे करना है? पूरा 10 लाख पे टैक्स पे करना है बॉस. यू कैन नॉट रिड्यूस इन एक्सपेंडिचर्स. इट्स टैक्स रेट a flat rate of 30% as per section 115 BB. BB. Are you clear everybody? All of us? समझ में आया क्या? एक स्टूडेंट पूछा 115 BBE राइट? BBE नहीं है वो, BBA. ठीक है. आदित्य इज वेरी रिच. या करेक्ट. सर क्लियर है एवरीबॉडी? यार दोस्तों समझ में आया क्या पॉइंट? ये नेक्स्ट. अभी के घर पे इनकम टैक्स हैव डन इनकम टैक्स रेट example and they have got 25 kgs of gold and they're asking अभी भाई कहाँ से आया? ये बोल रहा है ये आया. कहाँ से आया? ये आया. किधर से आया? ये आया. समझ में आया क्या बेटा? That is technically called as unexplained. What do you call it? In case of unexplained cash credits and in case of unexplained income. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? And in case of unexplained money, in case of unexplained expenditure, in case of unexplained investments. तो समझ में आ रहे हैं? आपका केस ये इसमें आ जाएगा, unexplained investments. 25 kg गोल्ड इस पे जाएगा. नेक्स्ट, इन्वेस्टमेंट नॉट फुली रिकॉर्डेड. मतलब इसका अभी का बुक्स में है गोल्ड, पर गोल्ड का वैल्यू है 2 लाख रुपए. अरे भाई 25 kg का गोल्ड का 2 लाख हो सकता है क्या? द इन्वेस्टमेंट इज व्हाट? नॉट फुली रिकॉर्डेड. इट्स रिकॉर्डेड बट इट्स नॉट फुली रिकॉर्डेड. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? चलो क्या क्या लिखा हम लोग, बोलो. कैश क्रेडिट, unexplained income, unexplained money, unexplained expenditure, unexplained investment, investment not fully recorded. Last one, amount borrowed or repaid on hundi. हुंडी क्या होता है भाई? टेम्पल हुंडी, हुंडी में टेम्पल हुंडी में जाके पैसे निकाल के बोरो करके रिपे करते क्या? हुंडी is nothing but a negotiable instrument drawn in local language. It's a bill of exchange. Amount borrowed or repaid on hundi otherwise than through I repeat again, otherwise than through account pay check. सुने ये वर्ड अकाउंट पे चेक? अभी अकाउंट पे चेक में, बेरर चेक में, क्रॉस चेक में फर्क क्या है दोस्त? क्रॉस चेक 2 लाइन ड्रॉ करते हैं, अच्छा। अकाउंट पे चेक 2 लाइन ड्रॉ करके बीच में अकाउंट पे लिखते हैं, बढ़िया। बेरर चेक कुछ लाइन ड्रॉ भी नहीं करते, ऐसे ही फुकड़ है। टेक्निकल डिफरेंस क्या है? दिखने का फर्क बताए आप। टेक्निकल अकाउंट पे चेक जिसका नाम लिखा है उसके अकाउंट में जाएगा, ठीक है। बेरर चेक holder of instrument can take the money, correct my dear friends? Then what about cross check? ऐसा नहीं है सर। imagine I had to pay 1 lakh to Aditya had to pay 1 lakh to you. If I give a cross check to Aditya can transfer the check to you. मतलब if I do a cross check drawing 2 lines, he can turn the check backside and endorse the check to Abhi. But if it's account pay check, it cannot be endorsed. Cross check can be endorsed, but account pay check cannot be endorsed. That's where everywhere income tax says we want account pay check, not cross check, because cross check can be transferred to some other person, but account pay check cannot be transferred to some other person. समझ में आ रहा क्या बेटा? Everybody? And in all these cases, oh my god, in all these cases, tax is given under section 115 BBE at the rate of 60% plus surcharge at the rate of 25% plus HEC at the rate of 4%. Effective rate is 78%. सर क्लियर है बेटा? एवरीवन, ये सिर्फ टैक्स है, इंटरेस्ट अलग है, पेनाल्टी अलग है। लगेगा बहुत जोर से टैक्स लगेगा इफ यू डोंट एक्सप्लेन, करेक्ट नो? लोग सोचते हैं ऐसे, अगर कुछ एक्सप्लेन नहीं करेंगे, बोलेंगे उसमें दोस्त ने गिफ्ट दिया, ठीक है भाई, दोस्त ने गिफ्ट दिया तो तू बच गया। दोस्त को लेटर जाएगा, लव लेटर, उसको पूछेंगे ना भाई तू कहाँ से आया, तेरा दोस्त बोल रहा है वो गिफ्ट दिया, किधर से आया, बोल, एक्सप्लेन, डोंट एक्सप्लेन। 115 BB 78%. In exams so many times this section has come, and students, some of them wrote tax rate is 89%. 60 plus 25 plus 4, समझे 89 कैसा आया? Sometimes to understand the mistake also it will take 2 minutes time. So are we clear with this? Effective rate 78 कैसा है, समझ में आया क्या? कैसा है 78% effective rate? Surcharge is always on tax and HEC is on tax plus surcharge. 25% on 60% will become 15%. 75 पे 4% होगा 3%. अरे करेक्ट हो ना ये टोन? हाँ, just shock you ever. 78%. 78 को क्या बोलते हैं नहीं मालूम, वही 70-8 बस खत्म, डन। तुमको ही नहीं मालूम क्या बोलते 78 को हिंदी में? हाँ ठीक है, जो भी है छोड़ना भाई, टाइम नहीं है अभी। रिविजन बैच कॉम्प्रेहेंसिव, कम ऑन, कैन वी प्रोसीड दोस्तों? व्हाट इज 115 BB? Cash and incomes 115 BBE. That's it. Clear? Everyone? Next point. Listen very clearly. Sir, there is something called capital gain. Sune ye word? What is a capital gain? Sir, I sold a shirt. I sold my shirt. Will I get capital gain? Q. Personal. Oh. I sold my building. वो भी पर्सनल है मेरा. मेरा प्यार है बिल्डिंग से. It is definitely a capital asset. Capital gain is what we get from sale of a capital asset. We will talk in detail when I go to capital gains chapter what are all covered in capital assets. Clear? But let me focus only on tax rates now. In capital gain, I'm sure you know that there is something called long-term capital gain, short-term capital gain. When do you call gain as long-term capital gain? The gain arising from sale of a long-term capital asset. The gain from short-term capital asset is short-term capital gain. Correct? No? And when do you call long-term? More than 1 year. I'll give you Income Tax Act. I'll give you 1 hour time. Income Tax Act पूरा खोल के दिखाओ मुझे 1 year कहाँ पे. In some cases it is 12 months. Some cases it is 24 months. Some cases it is 36 months. Nowhere they told 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Come on. Some case it is. Some case it is. Some case it is. Which case what? We will talk in capital gain. Because today's objective is not to discuss capital gain. Today's objective is only to become perfect in tax rates. Beta clear? Everybody saw. Now listen. Long-term capital gain beta. This has got a general rate of 20%. How much percent? 20%. As per section 112. So if I get long-term capital gain on sale of land, what is the tax rate? 20%. Next, if I get long-term capital on sale of building, 20%. Long-term capital on sale of shares, we have one more section. If it is equity shares, preference shares, answer is same. Clear a bit? Listen. Long-term capital gain on sale of equity shares or units of, come on, long-term capital gain on sale of what beta? Equity shares or units of equity oriented mutual fund. First of all, what is a mutual fund? Some are telling ये क्या है? एग्जाम में ऐसे करेंगे क्या? यू ऐसे करेंगे एग्जाम सेंटर में क्या है ये? What is a mutual fund? अरे one line में बोलो यार. Mutual fund is nothing but a collective investment scheme where money is pooled and invested. That's all. In mutual fund, do we get share or unit? Why? Because the mutual fund guy is not doing business with that money to give share. He is investing. If we get profit, he will give us profit. If we get loss, he will give us loss. That is why mutual fund is subject to. ये तो पता है ना अपने को. बहुत बार टीवी में देखे. Now what is a equity oriented mutual fund? That's a question. Sir, equity oriented mutual fund is divided into 2 categories. Category number 1, directly investing in equity shares of domestic companies. Please invest greater or equal to 65% in equity shares of domestic company. Then we'll call you as equity oriented mutual fund. Second possibility, you invest at least 90% in another mutual fund. That another mutual fund should invest at least 90%. I'll draw the line in equity shares of domestic company. पॉइंट समझे क्या? अगर म्यूचुअल फंड सीधा इन्वेस्ट किए तो कितना परसेंट चाहिए? 65%. एक फंड ने दूसरा फंड को दिया. अगर तुम्हारे पास 100 रुपए है फंड में भाई, 90 रुपए कम से कम म्यूचुअल फंड को दो और वो 90 में से वापस 81 रुपीस इक्विटी शेयर्स में जाना चाहिए. Then this fund is called equity oriented fund. And the section what we are talking now is only a case of equity oriented fund. And what is not equity oriented will become debt oriented fund, for which tax rate is different. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? Everybody, sir, and I'm talking only about what fund? Equity oriented mutual fund. Can I go back? Yes. See now. Long term capital gain on sale of what beta? अरे यार फर्स्ट क्या लिखे बेटा? Long term capital gain on sale of equity shares or units of equity oriented mutual fund or units of business trust. Business trust is something like real estate trust, investment trust. I'll give an example. Imagine a case where you want to buy a property. You want to buy a property in Koregon Park. Property value is 10 crores. आपके पास है 50 लाख, पर आपको वो लेना है, मुझे भी वो लेना है, मेरे पास भी है 50 लाख रुपए. I created one trust, real estate investment trust, and I told the people with the money what is coming, we are going to buy one property in Koregon Park. जिसको इंटरेस्ट है भाई पैसे डालो. थोड़े लोग 20 लाख दिए, थोड़े लोग 10 लाख दिए, थोड़े लोग 1 करोड़ दिए, और पैसे लेके जाके who will purchase the property now? Trust. Who will get the money? I mean rental income, whatever is coming, who will get the rental income? Trust. Then trust will distribute it to unit holders. समझे क्या? And this is not private trust. They are all regulated by SEBI. SEBI का वर्ड सुने. क्या मतलब है SEBI का? Security Exchange Board of India. They are also paying GST now. Once upon a time, service by SEBI was exempt, but now it became taxable. Come on, get back. Long-term capital gain on sale of equity shares or units of equity-oriented mutual fund or units of business trust through recognized stock exchange. Example for recognized stock exchange: BSE, NSE. Through recognized stock exchange on which STD is paid is taxable. Now I have a question. I have a point. Listen. In case of equity shares, STT should have been paid at the time of purchase, and at the time of what beta? Sale. But in EOMA business trust, STT should have been paid at the time of sale. What is STT? Securities Transaction Tax. Practically, there is no question of not paying. I'll tell you why. When you do a transaction on stock exchange, the money will deduct and then come. आप पे करने नहीं करने का कोई स्कोप ही नहीं है, क्योंकि आपके अकाउंट में जो पैसा आएगा वो STT कट के हाथ में आएगा. तो नहीं पे करने का ऑप्शन किधर है उसमें? दोस्त समझ में आ रहा है क्या? Everyone, come on, please reply. Long-term capital gains on sale of what? Equity shares or units of equity-oriented mutual fund or units of business trust through recognized on which STD is taxable at the rate of 10% on amount exceeding 1 lakh. So if you get 1,30,000, law is telling please pay tax only on 30,000 at the rate of 10%. If you get 1,30,000, pay tax only on 30,000 at the rate of 10%. Boss, getting clarity everybody? Let's read the point, come on. Long-term capital gains on sale of equity shares or units of equity-oriented mutual fund or units of business trust through recognized stock exchange on which STT is paid is taxable at the rate of 10% on amount exceeding. This concept is given by section 112A. Are we clear, beta? What is section 112? General rate कितना है? 20%. 112A. Long-term capital gain on sale of equity shares or units of equity-oriented mutual fund or units of business trust through recognized stock exchange on which STT is paid is taxed at the rate of 10% on amount exceeding 1 lakh. Next, short-term capital gains. STCG on sale of equity shares or units of equity oriented mutual fund or units of business trust through recognized stock exchange on which STD is paid. Same language, my dear friends. Yaar beta bolo. But this is taxable at the rate of 15% under section 111A. And here there is no benefit of 1 lakh limit. Every rupee you have to pay 15% tax. Are we clear with this point, everybody? Yes, guys, come on, please reply. So LTCG, what is the general rate? And special case, LTCG on sale of equity shares or units of equity oriented mutual fund or units of business trust through recognized stock exchange on which STT is paid will tax the rate of 10% on amount exceeding. Same scenario, it's not long term, it is short term. 15% on amount exceeding 0. Please. Next. Any other short term capital gain. I repeat again, any other short term capital gain. We will tax at normal rates. That means individual slab rates. Individual slab rates. So are we clear? Everybody? So what is section 112? General rate for long term capital gain. कितना है? Exactly. What is 112A? Long term capital gains on sale of equity shares or units of equity oriented mutual fund or units of business trust through recognized stock exchange on which STT is paid will tax the rate of 10% on amount exceeding 1 lakh. Same case, not long term but short term. Exactly. What is section 111A? Short term. Correct, no? I have a question. One person, Mr. A, he has got income like this. Salary, bracket, computed 8 lakhs. Okay? Sir, income from house property, computed 6 lakhs. Lottery, 3.5 lakhs. Bracket, net of TDS. LTCG on equity shares. STT paid 2 lakhs. So question समझ रहा है क्या? Next. Interest on savings bank account 8,000. ठीक है? He donated 5,000 to BJP by phone pay. ठीक है? Calculate tax. Do it right now. Give me the answer. Calculate tax better. ऑनलाइन गाइस दे दो आंसर अगर आ गया तो। क्या यार इतनी देर आगे क्या बोलो। तो किया क्या 363 3,63,376। हाँ ठीक है। और कोई ऑनलाइन देयर इज वन आंसर 367,740। ठीक है। और कोई अंजलि जी पता है मुझे आप कुछ अलग आंसर ही देंगे। हाँ अच्छा आपका आंसर मैच हो गया अंजलि के साथ। वाह किसका लेवल बढ़ गया इधर। अभी बहुत ही डिफरेंट है। बोल 5 लाख 6 लाख 1 लाख 3,400। ठीक है चेक कर लेते क्या आंसर पूरा ऐड करके बोलना ऑब्वियसली 380। ठीक है आदित्य बोल 6 लाख। ठीक है वंडरफुल वंडरफुल डजंट मीन आंसर इज करेक्ट। ठीक है ना सर ऑलवेज कीप इन माइंड फॉर एनी क्वेश्चन ओनली वन आंसर कैन बी देयर and I strongly hope that whatever answer comes will at least match with so many options what you have given me. ठीक है ना shall we look at the answer come on what incomes I give salary इनका कितना है भाई somebody is telling 6 lakhs अरे mad or what then house property कितना है then LTCG 2 लाख दिया 3 लाख दिया मैंने। हाँ ठीक है और लॉटरी 5 lakhs 5 lakhs 5 lakhs 5 lakh no doubt about it 5 lakhs no doubt about it। क्यों what did I give in the question net of TDS मतलब TDS काट के 3.5 लाख आया भाई। जब TDS काट 3.5 लाख आया मतलब ग्रॉस वैल्यू तो 5 लाख है ना यार। आप कंपटीशन में 3.5 लाख लेंगे 5 लाख लेंगे तो फिर सम फ्रेंड्स ओ माय गॉड ऐसा कैसा हो गया ऐसे हो गया एग्जाम ऐसे ही पूछते। कितने लोग का बिस्किट हो गया ऑलरेडी सब आंसर खत्म। ठीक है सब खत्म एंड एवरीबॉडी इज हैप्पी। अम्मा मेरा भी गया उनका भी गया। समझ रहा है क्या व्हाट इज ग्रॉस टोटल इनकम बोलो भाई कितना है ग्रॉस टोटल इनकम 21,08,000 लेस डिडक्शंस क्या क्या है 80 GGC कितना दिया वो दिया ना पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को 80 TTA 8,000 बराबर है। कितना बैलेंस 20 लाख 20,95,000 is my total income. यार बेटा बोलो यार. And now out of this total income 20,95,000, my dear friends, how do I calculate tax? On 5 lakh, straight away 30%, which is 1,50,000. On balance, what is the balance? 15,95,000. उससे पहले और एक भी पॉइंट है इसमें. On LTCG 1 lakh into 10%. समझे क्या 1 lakh क्यों आया? क्यों? On amount exceeding 1 lakh. And this point is given by 115 BB. This point is given by 112 A. On balance बचा कितना? 6 लाख तो उड़ गया. 14 lakhs, sorry 7 लाख उड़ गया ना यार. 13,95,000. Yes or no sir? On 13,95,000 what rates? Slab rates. कितना slab rate कितना रहे? 10 लाख तक 1,12,500. 395 पे 30% प्लस 112,500 2 लाख. ठीक है. टोटल कितना हो रहा है भाई? 3,91,000 प्लस HEC कितना है? कितना है? 15,640. टोटल 4,06,000 लेस TDS 1,50,000. माइनस करना ना बेटा. बोलो. बैलेंस. वंडरफुल. एक स्टूडेंट नहीं है जो ऑनलाइन में जवाब दिया, या एक स्टूडेंट ऑफलाइन में भी नहीं है जो जवाब दिया. जीना यहाँ. क्वेश्चन समझ में आया क्या? कब तक जिंदगी में लिंबू टिम्बू छोटू मोटू प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करते बैठेंगे? अपना लेवल बढ़ाएंगे. ऑनलाइन समझ में आया क्या बेटा? रिप्लाई दो कुछ तो. ये आंसर देके गायब हो गए. होशियार है यार बच्चा. 3 आंसर दिया और तीनों में से डिलीट कर दिया और अभी नया आंसर टाइप किया. शायर है भाई. चलो आर वी क्लियर विद दिस एवरीबॉडी? दोस्तों पक्का? चलो टेक अ शॉर्ट ब्रेक फॉर 10 minutes, then we'll get back. Chalo, get back guys. So friends, in the last question what we discussed very clearly, the point you have to understand is that the TDS of 1,50,000 what we got and what we reduce is clearly based on number of 3,50,000 given in the question net of TDS. And in case of lottery, casual incomes, TDS rate is 30%. 3.5 lakhs after 30%. मतलब 3.5 lakhs is 70%. How much is 100%? 5 lakh. बराबर है बेटा. And ultimately from the tax what is payable will reduce the TDS amount. Balance only will pay to the government. Guys, yes or no? Speak out. अरे कुछ तो बोलो यार, ऐसा बैठो मत यार. Come on. There is one person, Mr. X. ठीक है? And this man has got LTCG. He is a resident individual. He has got LTCG on sale of building. Come on guys, what is he having? LTCG on sale of building, which is 8 lakh rupees. और कुछ भी इनकम नहीं है. Calculate tax. Come on, quick. Online guys, reply दो फटाफट. ऑफलाइन तो सोच रहे, डिस्कस कर रहे, क्या करना क्या नहीं करना. आप लोग तो बोलो आंसर. तो बोलना भाई आंसर फिर, क्या ऐसा बैठा है? हाँ, बहुत इजीली आंसर आया। क्या है आंसर? 16,000, 1,66,400. ये आंसर, this answer is absolutely correct. Like that you don't think. Ridiculous, atrocious, nonsense, bullshit answer. See, from 8 lakhs, you have to reduce 2.5 lakh and calculate tax at the rate of 20%. And the reason we are reducing because he does not have any other income. Law told, enjoy the concept of shifting. The basic exemption limit can be used for, this basic exemption limit can be used for 112, 112A, 111A. आप किसी को भी यूज कर सकते हैं। समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? ऐसे टाइम पास के लिए थोड़ी ना क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा यार मैं, अपने पास टाइम किधर है टाइम पास करने के लिए? ऑनलाइन में स्टूडेंट बोल रहा है टैक्स इज 0 ई, बोलो क्या है आंसर? 1,14,000, दैट्स इट। समझ में आया क्या पॉइंट? यार बोलना बेटा, ऐसे बैठो मत यार, यार जवाब दो यार। डोंट डू लाइक दैट माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, प्लीज रिप्लाई। मैडम क्लियर? डन। Can I proceed? We are done with X. Now let's talk about Y. Listen. There is a person, Mr. Y. सोच के बोलो आंसर, ठीक है? He has got LTCG on sale of equity shares of 6 lakh rupees. And this is STT paid. ठीक है? I'll simplify your job. सिर्फ 4 लाख रुपए, ठीक है? And he is a resident individual, age 31, and there is no other income. चलो बेटा, कितना आएगा टैक्स? बोलो यार कितना है टैक्स? Straight away we'll calculate tax on 3 lakh at the rate of 10% under section 112A. बराबर है ना यार? यार क्या हो गया यार? आदित्य क्या बोल रहा है यार? कितना है? 30,000। यार दोस्तों बोलो यार, स्पीक आउट, लेस। अच्छा, आई टोल्ड नो अदर इनकम, नो? ठीक है, एक मिनट रुको। व्हेन देयर इज नो अदर इनकम, होल्ड ऑन, सॉरी, 4 lakh minus 2.5 lakh minus 1 lakh. I'll do a small change. 4 lakh minus 1 lakh minus 2.5 lakh into 10%. करेक्ट। कितना है? 5,000। फिर क्या करूं? कुछ भी, लेस रिबेट अंडर सेक्शन 87A. Why? Total income does not exceed 5 lakhs. Resident individual whose total income does not exceed 5 lakh, rebate is tax payable or 12,500, whichever is lower. यार बेटा बोलो ना यार, कितना मिलेगा रिबेट फिर? 5,000, because 5,000 or 12,500, whichever is lower. Answer is nil. Rebate under section 87A is not allowed in case of section 112A. You can take for 111A, you can also take for 112, but you can't take for 112A. This came in exam. Student took rebate, tax payable zero. समझ में आया क्या? See, you please understand, I'm telling you all minute points, but small things will make a big difference in exam. एक बच्चा बेचारा सही आंसर लिखा 5200, फिर मैं रिबेट का वर्ड यूज करते उसको मैसेज डिलीट कर दिया, फिर लिखा निल. बस यही है इंस्टीट्यूट का इन्वेस्टमेंट. कंफ्यूज यू. आंसर इज 5200. क्या मेगा जी, उमेश भाई, समझ में आ रहा है क्या? कोल्हापुर. गुड. सर ये पॉइंट समझ में आया क्या नहीं आया? यार बोलो यार, क्या हो गया आपको? समझ में आया नहीं आया? एवरीवन पक्का क्लियर? आई विल आस्क वन मोर क्वेश्चन. पूछ लो ना. They have one person, Mr. X, age 35. He has got lottery income 10 lakhs, and there is no other income. No other income. No other income. I repeat again, no other income. कितना है टैक्स? बोलो भाई. 10 lakh minus 2,50,000 into 30%. नहीं, क्यों नहीं आएगा? That shifting is only for 112, 112A and 111A, but not for 115BB. So answer is what? 3,12,000. That's it. I think the question is clear for all of us, and I'm sure answer is also clear. Wonderful. अभी एक क्वेश्चन दूं क्या? डन. सुनो. वन पर्सन, मिस्टर Z, ठीक है भाई, एज 25 years, सैलरी इनकम कंप्यूटेड 6 lakh, इनकम फ्रॉम हाउस प्रॉपर्टी computed 4 lakh, lottery income 7 lakh. बराबर आंसर दो मुझे. नेट ऑफ TDS, इंटरेस्ट ऑन FD 90,000, ब्रैकेट नेट ऑफ TDS at the rate of 10%. Interest on savings bank account 12,000. LTCG on sale of land 5 lakhs. Advance tax paid 1 lakh. ये ऑलरेडी एडवांस टैक्स पे कर दिया 1 लाख. क्या बड़ा आदमी है देख. ठीक है ना बेटा? चलो निकालो. कैसे करते टैक्स? निकालो. Come on guys, get me the answer for tax calculation. Last 1 minute. Is that done? Online some answer has come. 1,54,820, 141,520. ऐसा कुछ मैच हो रहा है आपके आंसर से? कोई संबंध ही नहीं है सर उनका आंसर को अपने आंसर को, बराबर ना? बोलो भाई क्या करेंगे? व्हाट इज ग्रॉस टोटल इनकम? सबसे पहले ये बोलो. हाँ, 26 lakhs. ये अपना GTI है. ये तो पक्का सेम है सबका आंसर. यार बेटा बोलो ना यार. 6 lakh plus 4 lakh 10, 10 plus 10 20, 21, 26, 12,000. That's it. यार yes or no sir? लेस क्या डिडक्शन से? अरे TDS तो टैक्स में से माइनस करते रहे मेरे भाई. इनकम में से TDS माइनस करेगा क्या? 80 TTA कितना? 10,000. और कुछ भी नहीं है, बराबर ना दोस्तों? सर हाउ डू आई रिट्रीव माई टैक्स out of this? Lottery at the rate of 30% under section, which section? 115 baby, which is 3 lakhs. दोस्तों LTCG at the rate of 20% under section 112 कितना है? 1 lakh. What is the balance? 10 lakh हो गया, 5 lakh हो गया, 15 lakh हो गया, 11 lakhs 2,000. यार बेटा समझ में आ रहा है ना बेटा? At what rate? Slab rates. ना 143,100 total 5,43,100 less. Wait. Add H is at the rate of 4%. बराबर है ना? कितना है? 21,720. हाँ टोटल 564,824 less TDS 3,10,000. बराबर है ना? एडवांस टैक्स, वो भी टैक्स पे कर देना बेटा एडवांस में. वो भी तो माइनस करेंगे ना बेटा? TDS को माइनस करेंगे, एडवांस टैक्स को माइनस करेंगे फ्रॉम टैक्स पेएबल. बेटा समझ आ रहा है सबको? व्हाट इज द बैलेंस नेटेड टू बी पेड? 154,820. That is answer. 154820. Online somebody replied. Good, good Nitya. 154820 is the final answer. I'm sure we are getting complete clarity on how to calculate tax. यार इसमें गड़बड़ तो हो नहीं सकता यार, प्लीज. अभी पक्का क्लियर, क्लैरिटी आ रहा है पूरा चीजों पे? थोड़ा बहुत ठीक है यार. दोस्तों बोलो बेटा, एवरीवन. गुड. Tell me guys, what is section 27, 29, 225A, 231, 234, section 3, section 4, chargeability section. How many exceptions are there? What are those 5? 172, 174, 174A, 175, 176. क्या है वो 5? बोलो, नाम बोलो. Shipping business of non-resident person living India permanently or for long time. AOP, BOI, AJP, formed for short duration or purpose. Person likely to transfer property to avoid tax. Discontinued business. दोस्तों सबको क्लियर है क्या? 87A, 288A, 288B, 112, LTCG general rate 20%, 112A. Come on, let's start the song. LTCG on sale of equity shares or units of equity oriented mutual fund or units of business trust through recognized stock exchange on which STD is paid is taxed with the rate of 10% on amount exceeding 11 money. Same case instead of long term it is short term, taxed with the rate of 15% on amount exceeding, obviously man, come on, 115 BB. Casual incomes taxed at the rate of 115 BBE. Unexplained incomes, investment expenditure taxed at a flat rate of effective rate 78% आएगा. एक छोटा मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन भी आ सकता है एग्जाम में on unexplained, where they'll give options and they'll give dangerous options in the exam. That will be option A will be correct without adding cess. Option B will be correct after adding cess but without surcharge. Option C will be correct with the tax, surcharge, cess. Option D, no relation at all. If you do everything wrong, D will be your answer. थोड़ा सही करे थोड़ा गलत करे, A भी आ सकता है, B भी आ सकता है. पूरा सही करे तभी सी आता है. आपने थोड़ा गलत किया और ऑप्शन मैच हो गया, अब हम करेक्ट सोचते बैठते. समझ रहे ना बेटा? ICAI, Institute of Crazy Accountants of India. So you have to be very very careful. समझ में आ रहा है क्या? You cannot be crazy just like that. ऐसे ही कुछ तो MCQ, अरे MCQ क्या है? कुछ नहीं है, 30 मार्क्स स्कोर कर लेंगे, ऐसे ही नहीं होता भाई. You have to be careful. And some of them will come to me and ask, सर MCQ के लिए कौन सा बुक पढ़ना चाहिए? अरे ऐसा थोड़ी होता है कि MCQ के लिए अलग से पढ़ाई करेंगे कुछ. ऐसा क्या कॉन्सेप्ट है कि आप MCQ के लिए अलग से पढ़ाई करेंगे? जो आप पढ़ाई करें वो MCQ में आएगा ना यार. There is no concept called separate MCQ का बुक लेंगे. कुछ जवाब दो, ऐसे बैठो मत प्लीज. कुछ पर्पस के लिए बैठे इधर, ऐसे मेरा चेहरा देखने नहीं बैठे. समझ में आ रहा है क्या? सबको क्लियर है क्या ये बात? एवरीवन, व्हाट इज 80TTA, 80TTB? इंटरेस्ट ऑन सेविंग्स बैंक एंड फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट फॉर सीनियर सिटीजन. कितना इंटरेस्ट? Interest or 50,000, whichever is lower. What is section 115 BB? Casual incomes, क्या है tax rate? 115 BB. Unexplained incomes, investments, what is the effective rate? 78%. दोस्तों बराबर है? What is section 27? Come on, define assessee. Assessee means any person liable to pay tax and includes a person in respect of whom proceedings have been taken up for assessment of his income or income of any other person in respect of which he is assessable. Loss sustained by him or such other person. Refund due to him or such other person. Next point. Deemed assessee. Last one. Assessee in default. Assessee in default covers 3 cases. Number 1. tax not paid or advance tax is not paid. Number 2, TDS is not done. Last one, TDS done but not paid to government. बराबर है? What is section 4? क्या बोलते हैं chargeability section? Income earned by an assessee during the previous year is chargeable to tax in assessment year. How many exceptions are there? 5. What is the third one? Found for short duration or purpose. What is the first one? Shipping business of non-resident. What is the last one? Discontinued business. 87A. किसके लिए? Only for resident individual whose total income does not exceed 5 lakh. Rebate is tax payable or 12,500, whichever is lower. Oh yeah, come. Get back. So are we clear? Next point. So listen very clearly. Let's talk about some very, very interesting concept called surcharge. The place where majority students are becoming like crazy people in the exam and doing whatever they want in the exam. Yes, Vedant? Both important table surcharge. What is surcharge? Additional tax to be paid by higher income people. छोटे लोगों को जरूरत नहीं है, जिसका इनकम ज्यादा है उनको सरचार्ज पे करना ही पड़ेगा. समझ में आ रहा ना? Done. Now what is the rate of surcharge? Listen. In case of individual HUF, listen. AOP star का मतलब क्या बाद में बोलूंगा. Individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. Somebody is asking, sir, senior or super senior और individual लिखे तो सब आते हैं ना रे? ये क्या क्वेश्चन है? Item question. Sir, clear है ना? What rate of surcharge? Any idea? If total income is greater than 50 lakh but does not exceed total income including dividend 112, 112A, 111A. So क्या लिखा बेटा मैंने? If what, my dear friends? If total income including dividend 112A, 111A, 112 is greater than 50 lakh but does not exceed 1 crore, then the rate of surcharge is 10%. बेटा समझ में आ रहा है क्या? यार बेटा बोलो, सीधा 10, 25 ऐसा मत बोलो, गया जाएगा, पूरा जाएगा मार्क्स. क्लैरिटी आना चाहिए, ठीक है ना? Then second scenario, if total income including dividend 112, 112A, 111A is greater than 1 crore but does not exceed 2 crores, 15%. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? Now see my language. 1 minute, don't write, just listen here. Just 1 minute. Total income excluding, you getting my language, no? Excluding dividend, excluding what beta? Dividend 112, 112A, 111A is greater than 2 crores, does not exceed 5 crores. Then surcharge is 25%. However, on dividend 112, 112A and 111A, surcharge is 15%. So the maximum rate of surcharge in case of dividend 112, 112A and 111A is how much beta? 15%. समझ में आ रहा है सबको? Everybody, my dear friends, story is not yet over. Picture अभी बाकी है मेरा दोस्त. सुनो, if total income excluding dividend 112, 112A, 111A is greater than 5 crores. Surcharge rate is 37%. However, on dividend, comma 112, 112A and 111A, surcharge is, what do you think, guys? So at any given point of time on dividend, 112, 112A, 111A, surcharge cannot go beyond what beta? 15%. Are we getting clarity? Very, very important point. Take it now. Friends, are we clear with this, my dear friends? Everybody, sir? But one place I put the word star. What is that for? AOP star. Correct, my dear friends? Now, what is the meaning of that word AOP star? Sir, AOP star is basically talking about AOP, which is consisting of only companies as its members. AOP, which is consisting of only what beta? Companies as its members. In that case, they told if total income is greater than 50 lakh, does not exceed 1 crore, 10%. Total income greater than 1 crore, 15%. That's it. First 2 points को ले लिए भाई. First 2 points तो ये है ना यार. So clear with this part, everybody? All of us. I'll give a question. Please tell me the answer. Mr. A has following incomes. ठीक है ना बेटा? That is salary income computed 2 crores. Dividend income 3 crores. Interest income 4 crores. Lottery income 1 crore. That's it. Calculate tax. Yes, friends, come on, solve it. Give me the answer. Last 1 minute. Mm. Some answer has come online. Good. I'm waiting. Somebody will give a reply. Chalo bhai. How do we get the tax, my dear friends? First of all, on this lottery, what rate? 30%, which comes to 30 lakhs. Balance तो slab rate से है ना बेटा. Balance कितना है? 9 crores. What is the tax on 9 crores? 2 crores 68 lakhs. 12,500. Everybody, yes or no? Guys, speak out. So total tax कितना है? 2 crore 98 lakhs 12,500. Yes or no? We will add what? Surcharge at the rate of डिविडेंड का अलग करना पड़ेगा. स्पीक आउट. So surcharge will come. So what you have to do is on this 268, 12, 500, we need to bifurcate what is the tax towards dividend, what is the tax towards other income. Dividend का कितना है tax? Dividend का tax क्या? This is the tax on dividend. $88 lakhs 12,500 है क्या? So out of this, for a dividend, what is the figure? Is 88 lakh 12,500. So yes or no? So I'll apply surcharge at 15% on 88 lakhs 12,500 and surcharge at the rate of 37% on 2 crore. तो कितना फिगर है? अरे क्या हुआ यार, 2 crore 98 में 88 lakhs गया ना. So speak out. 37% on 2 crores 10 lakhs. That's it. Get the figure, then add your HSC. Answer is over. The only thing I want to communicate to you is that on dividend, don't charge more than 15%. That's a bunch. क्या हो बेटा, हो गया ना? कितना है फाइनल आंसर? 4 crore 6 lakhs 4 crore 4 lakhs. भाई साहब कमाए 10-11 करोड़, उसमें क्या है 4 करोड़. बराबर है ना? दैट इज द पावर ऑफ इनकम टैक्स. So are we clear with this, everybody? Friends, please reply everyone. Come on. सबको समझ में आ रहा है क्या? Done. This is with respect to the tax rates of an individual. Clear? Now, who else are there in person? Person covers individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. ये सब तो हो ही गया. और क्या बच गया? Companies, firms. Sir, in case of firms, in case of LLP, and also in case of local authority, the tax is at a flat rate of 30%. And surcharge will come if total income is more than 1 crore. Straight away, 12% is a surcharge, not 10%. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? एवरीवन, नेक्स्ट और कौन बच गया? कंपनी का लास्ट बात करेंगे. कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी. फॉर दिस मैन सोसाइटी, कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी अप टू 10,000, 10%. लिमिट्स आर सो लेस बिकॉज दे एक्चुअली मेक वेरी लेस प्रॉफिट. प्रॉफिट रहता है नॉर्मली, तो अगर है तो ऐसा टैक्स भरो. नेक्स्ट 10,000 to 20,000 at the rate of 20%. About 20,000, 30%. दो समझ में आए क्या? I'll ask you one question. Think properly and tell me. What is the basic exemption limit in case of cooperative society? 0. 10,000 तक 10% है. समझ आ रहा है क्या? And what is the rate of surcharge now? This is interesting. If total income greater than 1 crore does not exceed 10 crore, 7%. And if total income is greater than 10 crores, 12%. In fact, it is very similar to an Indian company. I strongly believe that we are understanding this point, everyone. Is that clear? Two questions, please solve. Question number 1. ABC Cooperative Society ABC Cooperative Society having total income of having total income of 3,30,000. Having total income of 3,30,000. Number 2. PQR and Co. PQR and Co. having total income of 2 crores. समझ गया ना बेटा? चलो निकालो टैक्स. 2 minutes. Come on, get me the answer. डन. चलो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या पूछा मैंने? कॉर्पोरेट सोसाइटी कितना इनकम बताया मैंने? 3 lakhs. एग्जैक्टली बताओ बेटा टैक्स कितना है इसका? 99 lakhs. 99,000. That's it. Up to 10,000, 1,000 rupees. 10,000, 20,000, 2,000 rupees. About 20,000, 30%. मतलब 310 का 30%, which is 93,000. 93 plus 3, 96. 96 पे 4% से स्टार्ट करें तो 99,840. That's it. Good. Next, second question क्या दिया मैंने? 2 crore. Tax at what rate? कितना है बेटा? 60 lakhs. Oh yeah. Plus surcharge. हाँ? 12%. क्या मेरे भाई पार्टनरशिप फर्म है वो, कंपनी थोड़ी है वो. Company will always have limited or private limited. It's a partnership firm. How much is 7%? 12%. 4 lakh. Sorry. 12%. No. 7 lakhs. 20,000. यार बेटा बताओ, total 67 lakhs, 20,000. Come on, we'll add what? HEC at the rate of how much? 2 lakhs? 69 lakhs, 88,800. That's it. Good. Online guys, good. Offline guys, very good. Sir, I hope you are clear with this. Clarity आए ना बेटा सबको? Everyone, come on, please reply. All of us. Next question. Last question. Then we'll talk about tax rate for company. Ready है सब लोग? One person, Mr. A. Age 35 years. Income is 51 lakh. सोचो, समझो, फिर करो. सुने कभी? क्वेश्चन समझ में आया क्या? 51 lakhs, no? I'm sure you would have heard about one word called marginal relief. When the income is little bit more than limit of surcharge, there is a possibility of marginal relief coming into picture. 51 lakh है बेटा, क्या टैक्स आएगा? Up to 2.5 lakhs, क्या है बेटा? Nil. 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh at the rate of 5%, which comes to 12,500. 5 lakh to 10 lakh at the rate of 20%, which comes to 1 lakh. About 10 lakh at the rate of 30%, मतलब 41 lakh पे 30%. कितना है? 13 lakh 42,000 total. 14 lakhs. $12 lakh 30,000 total. $13,42,000. We will add what beta? Surcharge. कितना percent? Which comes to 1,34,250. दोस्तों बराबर है ना? Sir, if your income would have been 50 lakh only, if your income would have been 50 lakh only, what would have been your tax beta? 13 lakhs 12,500. Now tell me, what is the difference in income? 1 lakh difference in income. And what is the difference in tax? How much is total? 14 lakhs. Come on, what is the difference in tax? Then you get something called marginal relief, which is 64,250. Marginal relief will come into picture only in case where your extra tax is more than extra income because of surcharge. And this will happen only in case where your income is slightly beyond the limit of surcharge. Something like 3 lakh 4 lakh उधर ही फर्क पड़ता है. अगर 10 लाख 15 लाख का इनकम ज़्यादा है तो आता ही नहीं मार्जिनल रिलीफ. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? Everybody. See, ultimately government is telling boss, तू जितना कमाए ना उससे ज़्यादा टैक्स पे मत कर. तू 1 लाख एक्स्ट्रा कमाए ना तो 1 लाख ही पे कर, पूरा हमको देते. इनडायरेक्टली वही हो गया ना यार. So speak out. 14,12,500 वही हो जाएगा ऑब्वियसली. निकालने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. क्यों बोलूँ? 13,12,500 तो टैक्स आया ही है. एक्स्ट्रा कितना कमाया? पूरा हमको देते. समझ गया गवर्नमेंट का फंडा? प्लस एच इज एट द रेट ऑफ 4%. कितना है? कुछ तो 48 बोला वो. 56,500 total. That's it. I hope you are clear with this. Simple but yet powerful. Can I proceed? Next question. ABC and Co. ABC and Co. Having total income of ABC and Co. having total income of 1 crore 1 lakh. हो गया क्या? क्या है आंसर बेटा? नहीं आया? मार्कशीट नहीं आ रहा है? क्या है आंसर? नहीं आया? आंसर नहीं आया या मार्कशीट नहीं आया? मार्कशीट नहीं आ रहा है क्या? श्योर? दोस्त क्या है आपको आंसर? नहीं बोलना चाह रहे या आंसर आया नहीं? अरे बाप रे, मैंने क्या पूछा दोस्त? क्या बताया मैंने? कंपनी बताया क्या? पार्टनरशिप फर्म, बराबर है ना? इनकम कितना बताया मैंने? 1 crore 1 lakh. Tax at what rate बेटा? Straight 30%. 30 lakhs 30,000. Add what? Surcharge. At what rate? बराबर है? कितना है? 36. ठीक है, टोटल 33 lakhs 93,600. What would have been answer if it is only 1 crore? 30 lakhs. दोनों का फर्क कितना है? 1 लाख. क्या दिया? व्हाट्स हैपेंड? दोनों का फर्क कितना है? 393 600. तो मार्जिनल लिफ आएगा ना बेटा? अरे क्या मजाक कर रहे हो यार? नहीं आने का क्या सीन है यार? Marginal if is 2,93,600. Balance 31 lakh. We will add HEC at the rate of 1,24,000. 32,24,000. Online, very good Ayush. Nitya, Praveen, good. Aditya, आया बराबर. अभी भाई समझ में आया ना यार? So are we clear or not, everyone? Friends, please reply. Let's finally talk about the tax rates in case of what, beta? In company, there are two types of company: Indian company, foreign company. Indian company generally 30%. Generally 30%. But if turnover during previous year, कौन सा previous year? 2021. 2021 does not exceed 400 crores, then the tax rate is 25%. So for AY 23-24, you have to see PY 2021 turnover. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बेटा? Everybody, come on. If turnover during PY 2021 does not exceed what, beta? 400 crores. What is the tax rate? 25%. Generally, what is the tax rate? 30%. Clear? Next, foreign company tax rate is straight away 40%. ले लो ज़्यादा tax. Surcharge. If total income is more than 1 crore, does not exceed 10 crores, 7%. Foreign company 2%. Already इतना ज़्यादा तुम tax already ले रहे. बराबर है बेटा? ये 12%, ये 5%. Are we getting right on the spot, everybody? Friends, come on, please reply. Everyone. So if total income is more than 1 crore, does not exceed 10 crores, what is the answer? Indian company 7%, foreign company 2%, more than 10 crores. Indian company 12%, foreign company 5%. Are we getting clarity? Everyone, sir. Pakka clear with this? Beta, please reply, beta. Everybody, sir? Good. Tell me, guys. What is the answer for section 27, 29, 225A, 231, 234, section 3, section 4, 87A, 288A, 288B, 115BB, casual incomes, 115BB, unexplained incomes, investment expenditure, 112, LTCG general rate, 112A, LTCG equity shares, equity mutual fund, business trust through recognized stock exchange. STD is paid. 111A. Same case 15%. If it is short term, but if it is long term, 10% on amount exceeding 1 lakh. बेटा बराबर है ना? Sir? 87A. Repeat, वो तो already हो गया, ठीक है. 80GGB. Company to political party. GGC. Other than company to political party. TTA. Interest on savings bank account for non-senior citizen. TTB. Savings bank and FD for senior citizen. कितना deduction? उधर 10,000, इधर 50,000. Interest or 50, whichever is lower. समझ में आ रहा ना बेटा? सबको clear है? And this, I'm sure everybody knows this, which I did not talk with you. Union list, state list, concurrent list, सुने ना सर? अब मैं क्या पढ़ा हुआ ये लेवल पे, मतलब एग्जाम एक महीना रह के अभी ये क्या डिस्कस करूँ आपके साथ? Union list, government central as power, state list, state government, concurrent list, both central and state government, direct tax, indirect tax, and समझ में आया ना 5 sources of income tax law, assessment या previous year समझ में आया? Who is SSC? Are we clear? दोस्तों, who is person also we know. Just one second. and income is divided by 224. All types of income are covered, and any subsidy given by the government is also an income, provided if subsidy is related to the asset and if subsidy is reduced from the cost of asset, then will not tax it. Samjho, I purchased 10 lakhs asset for which government gave subsidy of 4 lakh. I paid 6 lakhs only from pocket, no? If I recognize the asset in my books only at 6 lakh, then 4 lakhs is not taxable. Obvious की बात है ना. अगर 4 लाख टैक्स भरेंगे तो डबल टैक्स हो जाएगा ना फिर. सर नेक्स्ट कैपिटलिस्ट रेवेन्यू से तो बात करें हम. जनरल रूल 172 174 ये याद है बेटा. नेक्स्ट 115 बीबी अनएक्सप्लेन्ड इनकम्स. दोस्तों, then your calculating tax will come into picture. These are all tax rates. 87A cooperative society, and this is all your company का story. यार बेटा surcharge का table, latest amendment, see that 99% it won't come in the exam, but still let's just see once. Okay, this is not covered by your ICAI, but it is given by Finance Act 22. If you ask me why they did not cover, I also don't know. You heard something called cryptocurrency? They clarified that if you sell cryptocurrency, whatever you get, please pay tax at the rate of 30%. 115 BBH, to tax income arising from transfer of virtual digital asset, nothing but cryptocurrency. 115 BBH is not clear as to whether income from transfer of virtual digital asset, is it business income or is it capital gain or is it IFOS? उन्होंने यो नहीं बताया, उन्हें इतना बताया by taxpayer. And in fact, when the Madam Sitaramanji announced that we have to pay tax, some people shouted in the parliament, "Are you saying that crypto is legal?" She replied, "I am not talking about legality, I am talking only about taxability." उसने क्या बोल दिया? लीगल इलीगल तो छोड़ दो भाई, हमको टैक्स चाहिए. Cryptos or entities may be deemed to be capital assets if acquired for investment and taxed under capital gain. Whatever it is, man, pay tax at what rate? 30%. And no deduction allowed for expenditures other than the cost if it is capital gain or allowance for set off of any loss shall be allowed to assess in computing income from transfer of virtual digital assets. Clear? दोस्तों, alternate tax बाद में बात करेंगे. Problems, question number 1 you see. Explain the concept of marginal relief. बोलो, what is the answer? It's a case where extra tax is more than extra income because income is slightly beyond the limit of surcharge. बराबर है? Second question. What is the previous year for undisclosed source of income? Straight answer. Previous year of discovery. जिस साल पता चला उस साल ही पकड़ेंगे. Don't write the word invention. Invention is different. Discovery is different. क्या फर्क है दोनों में? Thomas Alva Edison invented electric bulb. Alexander Graham Bell invented phone. जिंदगी बर्बाद हो गया उसके बाद. बराबर है ना? Next. See third question. X starts new business on 29th March 2022. He closes down the first set of books of accounts on 31st March 23. अरे 23 कैसे close करेंगे यार? 22 को close करना पड़ेगा ना books of accounts. Sir, yes or no, my dear friends? He wants that income generated during last year should be chargeable to tax during 23-24. Is it legally correct? Answer is no. You have to close your books of accounts on 31st March 22. Whenever you start your business, you have to close your books of accounts on the coming 31st March. Imagine you started business on 30th March. Please close on 31st March. Next year, please start fresh financials. Clear everybody? Speak out. सिर्फ 2 मिनट. सिर्फ 2 मिनट हो गया. सर क्लियर है? बोलो बेटा. Next point. Fourth question. You can do it by yourself. Age 59, age 60. इनकम दिए, कर लेंगे ना हम लोग. इतना सॉल्व करें आज. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5. ये तो ऑलरेडी करवाया मैं आपको, मतलब मैं फर्म का करवाया, ये कंपनी का पूछ रहा है. सरचार्ज का फर्क पड़ेगा. हमने 12 किया उधर, कंपनी में 7% आएगा यार. नेक्स्ट. Write a short note on income accruing and income due. मस्त क्वेश्चन है यार. Accrue में due में फर्क क्या है दोस्त? Wonderful. Simple way. Accrue means right to receive. Accrue मतलब क्या बेटा? Right to receive. Due का मतलब है right to enforce the payment. Example, we say salary is accrued on daily basis, but it is due only at the end of the month. In the same way, in our bank account, interest is accruing on daily basis, but we are getting only on quarterly basis. समझे क्या? The reason why I gave this question is, in income tax, interest is not taxed on accrual basis. It's taxed on due basis. समझे क्या? Next point. Who is assessee? He. Deemed assessee. Assessee in default. पता है अपने को? That's it. That's the story of the first thing. Basic concepts. I hope we got complete clarity on the points, my dear friends. And we were able to completely comprehensively revise what all points are there. Let me honestly tell you, whatever I teach in regular batch, the same thing I taught here. Just that the momentum where it is going, there it will take 4 or 5 days time. Here it took 1 day time because we are not in a state to learn for the first time. We are in a state to have a comprehensive revision, and some concepts where we don't have a clarity, we get a complete clarity on that. Clear, no? That's it. Thank you so very much. Have a great balanced day. See you all tomorrow for one very, very important topic. 99.99% question will come in the exam. Residential status and scope of total income. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.